Hello. Um, you know me at this point. I'm Hunter. Well, I'm Hillary, but everyone calls me Hunter. Uh, and I'm not in front of the usual Starfield. I'm not in the studio at all today. Frankly, the holidays made it difficult to get there, and so does the snow. It snows in New England, the travel is going to be enough of a headache that I was, just going to set it. Sorry. The I have my Galaxy Rose here. Uh Silly thing. I love it. It is one of my favorite things I have ever been given. It was given to me on Valentine's Day by some of my friends. Just I I tell my friends I love you every single chance I get. You can never say it enough, ever. If you love someone, tell them. There are four things that I decided very early in that I would just never be afraid to do, and saying I love you is one of them. And the my friends just they pulled some money together and they got me this rose, which is right now trying to light me, because I don't have much else immediately on hand. I gotta set something up for that. But it is one of my favorite things I own, and I'm just gonna try and make sure it's not quite on camera. Sorry. So, not sick today, just not in the studio. In front of my piano, um, and just looking to talk about I like the idea. There's one YouTuber in particular, Summoner Blue. I love their videos, and they like to do an end of the year holiday wrap up. And I just think that's a good idea. I think reporting to whoever watches my content and just saying, this is how I think the year went, this is where I'd like to go. I think all of that makes sense. I think that's just a good idea, and I wanted to do that. I know that I started in November, so what I figure I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get this done for the very end of the year, and then all the other ones I can try and do on November or around Christmas, especially if this is just an easier video to make. I will figure out a better spot than in front of my piano, just because it doesn't look the best. I actually took some stuff off the walls just because I had a picture of Pele that I got in Hawaii that well, I know how YouTube's gonna feel about nudity, so I removed it. Uh, just a simpler part of my room to light, but I'll figure that out. Although I don't know how much I plan to do this. Sorry, I'm getting sidetracked. I do that a lot. This is supposed to be more informal, but basically, yeah, so I figure that there are a handful of things I should talk about. Thing number one, how did the year go? For me, for the channel, and then how am I doing? Me, the channel, and then where do I plan to go? Me, the channel. How was this year for the channel? It exists. Right now, we have 19 subscribers. I checked yesterday. I think. So small chance it's gone up. It hasn't, but small chance it's 20. 19 doesn't sound like a lot. I know for a fact some of the people watching this are some of the same people that got me my beautiful rose. And I know that those are some of the people subscribing, but you know what? There's more than 19 of us. So, sorry, there's less than 19 of us, so there are some people out there in the ether. Any number. any number of people out there in the ether that have uh, grabbed hold of this, and that means the world to me. It really genuinely does. Uh, this has been my life. This story has been my it hasn't been my ambition until rather recently. Until I was already in college, until the point in my life when I kind of realized, yeah, I should probably come up with a plan, and it occurred to me that this is just the thing I should do. This was so much of my life. I cared so much about it. So this channel exists at all. Some people out in the ether care about it. The first comment we ever got was about uh, some lovely thing about Michael Bublé or something. I can't remember, but that we popped up in someone else's feed, and God, that made me happy. So the channel exists. It is growing. I have low expectations of. I like to try and check my ambition as much as possible. So this is a miracle, plain and simple. Um, how am I doing? It was a good year for me. Mostly. It wasn't. That's the thing you say to the camera, but uh, a lot of, man, there are some things in my life that I would love to go better. But professionally, it genuinely was a good year for me. I made the card game. The development diary is going to be on this channel. I don't know. But when it's done, the last part is the last thing I have yet to record is I want to get all of the staff of the studio together, the higher up full-time in-house staff, and get them to play the game and just tell stories about the cards and the station. I'm really excited about that, and that's the last thing I want to record. And it sounds like we want that footage in before because that one I'm not editing. But so that will go up soon. I made a card game. I made a full card game. Commissioned and everything. Mostly. I walked into his office. I walked into our executive director's office and said, I want to make a card game. But it's good. It's fun. It's for the station. I make games. It's what I do. I feel really good about that. One of the teams I coach for esports is state champion. That's pretty cool. Um, I coached them less, and there was some nonsense, but you know what? We're state champion. I feel like a lot of I am an accredited videographer. We won our station won overall excellence, which is the highest possible award we can receive in our budget category. Like, that is an Oscar for us. That is a national award. Accredited by it. We competed with every single station in the country, and ours was the best. Ours won, and the main video for that was a 5-man team that I was a part of, and I worked really hard on that. I was really proud of it, and we won that award. And I'm really, proud of that. I was the least of that team, I think. But you know what? I'll take it. I didn't travel anywhere this year. Next year I plan to go to France. And that'll definitely go on the channel in some capacity. But that was lovely. Not traveling was kind of lovely. We had kind of back to back. One of my friends, part of Northbound, I'm not gonna say someone else's information on the internet, but we travel together because just one of my best friends on planet Earth, my brother, and it means a lot to me that we do that. So I'm planning to travel next year. The break was nice. I just all my friendships have held, and that's more important than anything. Um, I wish some people in my life were doing better, but doesn't everyone? Don't you? Why would you want anything than the absolute best for people? And there was some hardship this year. It wasn't the easiest year in the universe. Professionally, it went very, very well. I'm very proud of the work I've done. And you know what? This channel exists. That happened after 21 years. The vast majority of my life and sentient life, remembered life. In some ways even beyond it. That I have been doing this, and the fact that this channel exists is incredible. How is the channel doing? It's, you know what? I think I am scattered. There's so much I want to do. I want to make video essays, and I want to make, games, and I want to faithfully tell this story, and I am honestly grappling with how much of what content should be where. I legitimately think that I think I cannot help myself. I do not have the ability or the power to decide that I'm simply not going to make video essays, and this is just going to be the Legends channel. And I don't want Northbound to just be the Legends channel, because I want this space to exist for my friends who are creative and want to do things I want. My ambition is for this channel to grow to a point where it can support us. It even doesn't have to do a lot, just a little bit. But I only want to make that push or make that ask when I think that there is something of value enough to the viewers that they might wish to do that. That I think I want it to be a fair exchange, and I think that this channel is very much in its infancy. I think I am talking a lot about lore, not story. I think that lore is talking about the story and how the story works, and story is what makes the lore more interesting. And so many of the videos I'm making right now are just the lore. And I want there to be enough story for a passerby to bite into, that the lore makes sense and is valuable. I am going to keep making those videos just because this universe is so massive, and a guide will help. But I am holding back on the story for two reasons. First, because Crown for No King makes sense as an entry point. I have another story that is not edited. This is a rogue project of mine that is about the New Death, about someone, this edgelord guy becomes the champion of the universe. He's, the strongest person there is, and he edgelords his way into killing death, and just because he wants to keep living, he says, I'm not done yet, I didn't hear no bell, and becomes the New Death, and that's a big problem for everybody, because Death worked. Death functioned and was fine, and people were proud of it. Warriors, I think one of the lines is that, have you ever noticed that people aren't ashamed of their death, only how they die? And so he realizes, oh no, my edgelording has consequences, which is, to be fair, that character's entire arc. And he goes on a journey just asking people, just talking to people, talking to the philosophers and just the people that live in this universe. What should death be? I don't know what I'm doing. But people deserve a good death, and I should be that. I should do the work. I should learn how to do this. And kind of checks all of his all of his personality, his mistakes, his foibles along the way. And honestly, I think it's a great story. But I struggle to figure. I want to set a bar of quality, and if I just accept that this story isn't going to have that bar of quality, I can release it, and there can be story. But I think I will be unhappy later. But I really want to fix that balance. For right now, though, I'm not making any promises on that. I haven't decided. But Crown for No King is coming along. Work is getting done, and it will continue to get done. I'll talk about that in the next section. But so that's how the channel is doing at the moment. How I feel about it. For the most part, I really haven't come to a decision about. I guess what I'm saying is that the variety content, I might stream a game. I don't know. I like gaming. I like gaming for me. I don't necessarily think that would I don't think that's content that would, whether or not people want to watch it. I don't think it's the kind of content that I would like to deliver to the kind of people. I don't think I could do it as well. That's basically what it boils down to. I don't think I could do it as well, and I want to make things that I want to entertain. I want to make people happy. I want to make things that people want to see. So, yeah, wrapping back around on my tangent, the channel is lacking in focus, and I genuinely feel like the way to solve that is to schedule both, to create an amount of order that says, a video essay is going to come up once every month on this day, or once a month I'll do a video essay, and every Friday will be, the next episode of Crown for No King, and every Tuesday is going to be the next introduction to the lore, or something like that, or, the podcast, or whatever. That I feel is the most equitable solution, to make sure that the content that comes out is intentional, and structured. And frankly, this is something I need to mature at. That I am committed to doing this. This is simply something I need to mature at, and I need to reach a point where it makes, a certain amount of, financial sense, for one, to take on that kind of workload, but that only comes from making a good product. I don't need people to pay me for doing this if they don't want to. I just need people to know that this story exists. I need the people out there whose life would be better because of this story, or who would be happier, or who would have their imagination sparked because of these stories, because of my favorite story. I need those people, the people who would be happier because of this. Those are the people I need to reach. And then there are the people who want to do this. And if there's so many good stories out there, trust me. The end. Okay, I know I'm going on a lot of tangents. I don't know how long my phone is going to want to record, but I guess that's the other part of it, wasn't it? The how am I doing? I'm nervous. I am nervous simply because this is not something I did. I never learned. I didn't go to film school. I didn't, I never got an English degree. I never I learned to make games by making games. I went to GIVIT, and that was the closest I think I've ever gotten. I have had to search all of these resources myself. I am self-taught. And this story deserves better than that. There is a quote from the person who writes Chainsaw Man, and if that doesn't mean anything to you, that's fine. It's great, but it's fine. It's not for everybody. But the he said something that is deeply insightful that I cannot sympathize with more. He said, he basically, for those of you who wouldn't know, or just to basically try and communicate this to the widest audience possible, he makes a comic, an adult comic. Adult in the sense that it is deeply, it is about adult things. It is about death, and it is about loss, and it is about being human. It is about managing your expectations. It is about introducing yourself to humanity. It is about themes that in my adult life feel so deeply cutting and beautiful. But he makes a comic, and he at one point said that bad drawings cannot tell this story. And that is, I feel that. The Legends universe needed to be written by Terry Pratchett. The Legends universe needed, some of these stories needed Tolkien to tell them right. This story is so good when it is honest about itself, when it is so intensely beautiful. It is so cuttingly just mesmerizing. It is intense and thoughtful, and it matters, and it means something. And I don't have I don't have an English degree. I don't write books. I don't I Terry Pratchett should have written this. I want nothing more. I want nothing more than for Neil Gaiman or Patrick Rothfuss to write the War of Nine Tyrants, or A New Death, or Seven Twilights, or Days of War's End, or the Lands Before Time, or any of these stories. Birth of the Empire, the Fall of Anaheim, the creation of new magic. I wish that some perfect author, someone out there who genuinely has mastered language, had written this, and I could enjoy it. that I wish. And really, Terry Pratchett would have been the right person, I think. Not for all of it. It's not as funny, but it is as bright. And in the right ways, I think it if there's one thing the story does well, I think it's that the characters, if you've never seen or read Hogfather, read it, by the way. It is a story about assassins trying to hunt down Santa Claus, so the Grim Reaper has to dress up in the red coat and suit and get in the sleigh and deliver presents. And it is about myth and being human. It is about the nature of fantasy. And you know what? The assassination plot involves the Tooth Fairy, and all of those things feel zany and fun. And then when you get to the end of it, you realize that each individual character and their placement, the fact that it is Death doing this, the fact that it is Santa being hunted, the fact that the Tooth Fairy is involved, they all represent something. Each character is the metaphor for what they represent, while just being true to that world. And it all means something. Each character being where they are matters. And I think Legends at its best does that. I really do. And I wish I had the talent of one of the greatest writers to have ever lived to navigate that space. Um, you know, how am I doing? I'm pretty nervous because I need to be better. I need this to be better. I need to learn, and I am. I'm spending the time. I'm working hard. I'm looking for resources. I'm going through old textbooks and courses online and just trying to get better because this deserves better. Um, I spent my education incorrectly. I did. And I can't change that, but I can try and master it. I can do my best, and that's what I am going to do. Where are we going to go from here? I have plans. I owe it to the, you know, I'm going to guess 6 or so people that are, you know what, that subscribe to this channel for for genuine reasons, just from the truth of their heart. For those people, I owe it to you to have a plan to get better. And I do. Crown for No King will come out as soon as it can. It needs more work, and there are other things that need to happen. I need to get in touch with an artist. I need illustrations. I need an artist. I am really grappling with. I don't want to use AI art in the way it exists right now. I want something more. I want something with just a little bit more equanimity for how the market works. And I am trying to figure out if I can use AI to alter something I have tried to make. Tried to alter art I do my best to build just so that it can exist more as a project that I used AI as a tool, as a brush to build, rather than an entire piece of art that I ripped from other pieces, from other people's work, from other people's blood, sweat, and tears, and trying to really make it something that was trying to use AI as a tool and maintain some semblance of there being an artist in the loop. And I don't quite know how to do that, but that is the bare minimum that I'm willing to do if I'm going to go that route. And Crown for No King and just a lot of the other projects I need. I need art. I need art and I need music. And you've heard a Nameless piece. One version of it actually. The other one is somewhat softer. The motif is the exact same. You get it. It's it's a lot less sharp than the. Oh. Less sharp. So the motif is the same. But I need more music than that. I'm working on that. I'm working on producing it. There is. I haven't decided if I'm gonna do a new death or if I'm gonna wait and actually build that up and get it edited and do it right. I do have some real, genuine video essays I want to make. Something that is not just me sitting down and talking in front of the camera, but has, something to look at. Do something interesting with what's on screen. The development diary. It's not quite a video essay, but that is going up. I want to make these more substantial variety content pieces. Those are going to be in the work. I plan to make better content and I plan to make the right content. I do not yet plan to split them, to make that committed, video diaries once a month, Crown for No Kid, the actual story on Friday, lore on Tuesday. I don't want to commit to that yet. I want to get into a place where it makes sense to do that, and right now I just want to make sure that what I am making is good and worth people's time. Other plans I have, I am planning to go to France, and I would love to make a video about that. I would love to immortalize my travel just because it is so fun. And what is fun for if not for sharing? I want to, if I can convince one person out there to make a good mistake, to just grab your friend and say, let's go to Vancouver for a week, let's go to, you know what, let's check out Cotopaxi, let's climb Mount Everest. Well, the industry's not the best for that. Industrialization of that has been, regardless, just something incredible. If I can convince one person to do that, just one. If I can, if it's very simple what my friend and I do, and it just requires very careful saving, and it requires, just knowing what you're gonna do with your money, and budgeting, and working hard, and taking on some extra stuff here and there. It is hard, and it is a long process, but if you work on it a day at a time, it works, and it's beautiful, and you just should. I can make more money, I can't make more time, and spending it with the people that I care with. If I can make a video that will convince one other person to do that, I will. And even then, sharing is my love language. I share the things I love with the people I love. So, and I love this channel, and I love every person who's signed up for this journey. So, I will share what I can. I will try to make that worth it. I have a lot of ambitions. You know what? Actually, a video that I plan to come out very, very soon is I want to make a video that just introduces me. I originally was going to do it. I had 5 videos planned: introduce the universe, introduce the universe, introduce Crown for No King, introduce the channel and what I want to do with it, and introduce myself, and then one other I can't remember off the top of my head. I think introduce the others, or introduce some of the other. I don't remember. And that was going to kind of be the order, because I figured that the project was more important, and then I would show up at the end and just, hey, who is this guy? The problem with that is I'm here and Crown for No King isn't. I made a lore primer for Crown for No King. I want to do better. I want to produce it better. I want to do better than that. I think the lore primer, I won't negate its existence. I will still, it is a valuable thing to do, and honestly, I think I can be more dramatic and exciting, and talk about some of the things that are interesting or are going to matter more now that that video exists. I think that gives room for some of the other things I'd like to talk about. That this is, the brass tacks is out of the way. I can talk about the things that I really want to. And if I'm wrong and I can't justify that video's existence, I won't make it, but there will be a video coming up soon that is just, who is this guy? Who is he? And I honestly, one of the things I'd like to do for that is I'd really like to just get questions. And honestly, put it in the put it as a comment in this video, send me an email. If you know me, write it down and send it to me through Discord or whatever. There'll be a thing going out about that, I imagine, but just I can just have a list of questions and just get to know me, figure out who I am, what kind of person am I. I've been talking so much about all of the stuff around me and this world I care about and I want to make videos and I want to do this and I have been the person yelling at you for however many videos you've watched. So get to know me, learn who I am. Let's say hi. Let's introduce ourselves. So that's your job, I guess. Comment in right about somewhere in there. Um, do a ask questions. I am not shy. If I were, I am not shy, and I am pretty arrogant, or I wouldn't be doing this. I am scared out of my mind, but frankly, I don't know how you do this without enough arrogance to think that people want to hear what you have to say. I don't know if anyone does. I just know that I have to try. This story deserves it. And God, I love sharing things. But I don't know. I'm here, so I've got to have some in me. I have a lot. I figure I'm probably pretty damn arrogant. No two ways about that, actually. Yeah, no qualifier. I think that's probably just true. I think it just has to be. The evidence is there. Um, yeah. Uh, so if I'm that, I probably will answer whatever you send me. I honestly, yeah, we'll see what kind of trouble we get ourselves into. I'm so happy to meet new people. I love new friends. Friends are the most important thing you can have. They just are. Good, meaningful friendships, good, meaningful people. So, you know what? Ask me whatever you want to know. Uh, I figure out who I am. Ask the questions you need to ask to truly well and determine what sort of idiot is behind the camera. uh, do that, and I will happily answer them. I will happily be interrogated to try and make the way that this has come out make sense. Next year's going to be a good one. It has to be. You have to. That's uh, free advice. If you don't believe in your project, no one will. And I'm going to be honest, life is your project. Life is a project. It is, if you're not working on it, you're not doing it right. So, uh, yeah, I'll see you later. This video ended up being way longer than I thought it would be. Have an incredible, I know Hanukkah is going on. Please enjoy it. Stay with your family, light the menorah, whatever holiday you celebrate. I happen to love Christmas. I love the tree. I love the family. I love the meal. I love that I get to give people presents. I love giving presents. I love that I get to try and really boil down a piece of happiness and hand it to them and have it be a surprise. That's that excuse alone is worth it. There's a million reasons not to like Christmas. The I think the family and the you know what, the pageantry is worth it. I think it is worth the feelings that people get out of it. And so whatever holiday you happen to celebrate it well, celebrate it with those who matter, and Happy New Year. Yeah.